Hey guys, it's VanHades here with the Restricted Enterprises team. And today I more want to talk about not necessarily Black Ops, but like my views on school. Now, currently I'm in 8th grade, and pretty much here's how my schedule goes. I wake up in the morning, eat breakfast, take a shower, then I head to school. Now at school, then I go to homeroom, and then first, second period, etc. Then it ends with enrichment. Now, my classes are, I have humanities, which is basically social studies and communications in a single class. I have math, which is algebra 1. I have science. And then each marking period, we have a different, I'm not really sure what you'd call them. They'd either be electives or specials. And essentially what they are is every marking period, you have one of these 5. You have either music, art, you have engineering or applied tech, and you have either cooking or computers. And then what happens is you go to those classes depending on what marking period is. So, and that's pretty much my entire schedule. And it's personally, I think school is a necessary part of the life. You need school in order to aspire to do better things with your life. You need to have a degree to get pretty much any job nowadays. There is no, being able to carry on without any sort of form of education. So pretty much my goal in school right now is to do as well as I can so I can take good electives and higher end classes in the high school. So that way when I go to college, if I take an AP class, I can already have college credits, which would be extremely helpful. And I like to take a whole bunch of electives. I'm doing ROTC hopefully. I tend to stay away from art because I'm not very good at art at all. Art is probably my worst subject. I'm a very science and math oriented person. I'm not, I get straight A's in those. I've been getting A's in them all year. But I'm not that good I'm the worst in communications, for core classes or classes that you have that are, major classes. Communications I'm terrible at. It's not because I don't know it, it's just that I find it really boring. I find grammar to be the most boring subject out of everything. I do not like reading. I'm not a very, I'm a literate person, but I do not enjoy to read. I don't find it fun. Where math and science, I find science to be a really fun class, and math I take really seriously because I know pretty much nowadays to get any job you need math skills. As much as getting an education in school is a very big part of it because that's what we go there for, I think a big part of your school career is making friends and having a social connection with the world. Because imagine how many friends you make through school. You do not make many just by based on where you live. You make friends with your neighbors, but you don't really go out and meet new people. You meet most of them through the school system. And that subject right there is a big part of why school helps. And that's why I think private schooling has a disadvantage, because you don't have that social connection with the other people. But then you also don't have to deal with all the people who are jerks and don't want to be nice, and they just don't fit in properly. And we have the people who are like me. I'm just trying to get an education so I can go on with my life. But you have the kids who just don't care about education. And they just go to school and they just go there to have a fun time. They don't go there to actually learn anything. And they will most likely not inspire to anything in life, which is sort of a sad thought, but that's the harsh reality of it. That if you don't work hard during school, you don't get free time when you're older. Because if you work hard during school and you become this great ingenuitive person, you can create a company and you can get rich and you can retire early, and that gives you free time to do all sorts of stuff. Where if you wasted all your time in school, you have to work harder to earn a suitable amount of money to live your lifestyle. So if you're not making a lot of money and you're trying to work on a big lifestyle, you can't do that with a small school education. And that is probably what is one of the weirdest things I find about school. And the fact that most of our class won't even graduate with a degree, they won't graduate at all, is pretty bad. And I think that sort of needs to be fixed. You need more kids who want to learn, and you need to get rid of the kids who don't want to learn and are distracting them. And that will probably increase the amount of degrees you get, I guess. Well, degrees acquired. But you want to try to inspire the kids to get more, to try and be helpful in life. They need to show more how what they're learning applies to real life, not just give them a worksheet and then teach them the other way around. Teach them something and give them a worksheet. The teachers need to show how it applies in real life or in a job, and they need to do that so that way kids would understand more how what they're learning affects their future. One thing I don't like about some of our teachers is the kind of homework they give. Like one of our teachers, our homework was to watch the State of the Union, and that was ungodly boring. I almost fell asleep during it, and I did not find it enjoyable at all to watch. It was not a fun experience for homework. And I just really don't think that teachers should give that kind of homework. Or they shouldn't give homework that is only computer, because one of my friend's computers had a virus for the longest time, and he couldn't do a lot of his homework. And he'd tell them, hey, I can't do this. But they would just be like, oh, why don't you do it in the school's computers? Which it's really a lot harder than they say it is to do stuff in school and on their computers, unless if the teachers actually give you time. Yeah, so I hope I can do more of these videos where I talk about my feelings towards things. Talk about my feelings, it's a woman thing. Well, anyway, this has been VanHades with the Restrict Enterprises team. See ya. Comment, rate, subscribe.